For our LSA kits, we also have two variants, one for class 1 and one for class 2. And both of them have in the big box a bottle of wash buffer, your concentrated conjugate and your negative and positive control serum. And then there's a second box which is stored at -80 degrees. You will have your beads in a black tube. For our LifeScreen Deluxe kit, we use the millibore filter plates. The first step is to cover up the wells that you're not going to use with a transparent plastic to avoid having your vacuum lost in the wells that are not filled with liquid. After you've done this, you're going to fill the empty wells with water to pre-wet the filters. And after between 3 and 5 minutes, you can remove the water again with your vacuum pump. After you've pre-wetted your filters, you can proceed by adding your beads. So we take our bead vial, we briefly centrifuge it down to remove all liquids from the cap, and then rigorously vortex it to have all your beads into suspension. After you've done this, you add 40 microliters of your beads, which has a blue color, to each well. So after you've added this, we're going to add the sample, and we have two protocols validated. Protocol 1 is adding 10 microliters of your sample, and protocol 2 is adding 20 microliters of your sample. So choose which one of the two you want and add your sample to your well. After you've done this for every sample, you put your lid on your plate and you incubate your plate again for 30 minutes on a plate shaker in the dark. After your incubation on the plate shaker ends, you take off your plate, remove the lid, and we're going to proceed with washing your samples. The first step is adding 100 microliters of your wash buffer to each well and removing this with your vacuum pump. Then you repeat this step 3 more times, but then with a volume of 250 microliters. And after the last step, do not forget to dry the underside of your plate again. After you finish your last washing step, we are gonna add the conjugate. You dilute your conjugate using your wash buffer by adding 5 microliters of your concentrated conjugate to 45 microliters of your wash buffer. So you calculate for how much you need of both for how many samples you have. After you made your diluted conjugate, you add 50 microliters to each well. After you've added your 50 microliters of diluted conjugate to every well, you can put on the lid and the plate goes on your plate shaker again for 30 minutes in the dark. After your 30-minute incubation ends, the final step is to add between 130 and 150 microliters of wash buffer to each well. After you've done this, your plate is ready to be analyzed on the Luminex. After you've added your 150 microliters of wash buffer in the last step, the plate is ready to be read on the Luminex. So you put it on your XY plate arm and you let the machine analyze your plate.